We got the ongoing fallout, the Harris Wall stuff. We've got more clips from this interview that Trump did with Elon Musk, and I mean, you knew that it was successful for, I think, the Trump camp because Democrats are so mad about it. Leading up to it, they were livid about it. There's this audio. Was this like Washington Post guy who was questioning why it should be that, and you can say it wasn't an interview. It was an interview though. Come on. It's a question. Come on, it's an interview. But still. But it was the Washington Post reporter who had, this was in the lead up to the conversation. They were so mad that this was even happening that they were trying to figure out, like, how are you going to, like, is there a way to shut this down? Listen to this. This was like this goofy reporter, audio soundbite one, who legitimately asked the Biden administration if they could stop the discussion. Listen to this.
Elon Musk is slated to interview Donald Trump tonight on X. I don't know if the president is going to tune in. Feel free to say if he is or not. But I think that misinformation on Twitter is not just a campaign issue. It's a America issue. What role does the White House or the president have in sort of stopping that, or stopping the spread of that, or sort of intervening in that? Some of that was about campaign misinformation, but it's a wider thing, right?
Yeah, no, and you've heard us talk about this many times from here about the responsibilities that social media platforms have when it comes to misinformation, disinformation. Don't have anything to read out from here about specific ways that we're working on it, but we believe that they have the responsibility. These are private companies, so we're also mindful of that too. But look, it is. I think it is incredibly important to call that out as you're doing. I just don't have any specifics on what we've been doing internally.
What a clown question! What a clown reporter! Do you know the antidote for bad speech? Do you know what it is? The antidote for bad speech is to have more speech. So the way that they could have handled this, and the way that they could have responded, is they could have Kamala Harris. Hell, they could even have Joe Biden have a sit-down discussion with Elon Musk. No one's stopping them. The left refuses to participate because they have weak candidates who cannot. And they know this. So they know that they can't sit and participate. So their response is to insinuate that it's not it's a lack of, that they were excluded. That's it is. They want to make it seem like they were excluded when really they just refuse to participate because their candidates can't sit and have a normal conversation. Kamala Harris can't string together a single sentence in her head, and neither can Biden. I mean, it's really shameful. And she doesn't know the issues well enough to even talk off the cuff about it like that. So they can't, and they're really, really making sure that she stays on script. It is a very meticulously micromanaged campaign. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. I'm not going to say any names. It's one of my friends who remained friendly and remained a friend, even though they're a Democrat and they're wrong on literally everything. God love them. I pray for them. But my friend was saying that it's frustrating. It's really hard work. She said to have because she used to run comms for a senator from New York. And my friend was saying that it's very difficult to micromanage a candidate to that extent. It's difficult for everyone else involved. And the word is that there are, even you have like the Biden and Harris factions, but you have little micro factions within even the Harris camp. So then you got all these people that are pushing and pulling for power. And it's like, it's a nonstop struggle for these people. It's one of the reasons why the turnover rate is even higher. I mean, you always have a high turnover rate with some of these campaigns because people burn out really quickly. But with her campaign, there's a reason why she's rolling through people like that. There's a reason why. A micromanaged campaign, and my friend made the offhand remark that, yeah, it's true. I've never seen a campaign that's been so micromanaged. And my friend said, that used to be a hallmark of Democrats. Democrats used to be the ones that used to be able to go out there, sit on a bale of hay, barnstorm through all the battleground states. And now they cannot even go and address the press without having some scripted answers on the tarmac. And I thought, yeah, that's true. That's very true. I mean, because it's so managed, it's so micromanaged that she's not able, they're not setting her up for success to have a conversation like this, and they're not equipping her with either that or she just doesn't have the capability to be able to understand the issues. So you have reporters like, well, I mean, should we just shut it down? Like, the insinuation is that that Biden and Harris were somehow excluded from it. Everybody knows that that's not true. You know that if the Harris campaign had said, hey, I'd like to do a sit-down discussion with Elon Musk, you know that they would do it, right? Everybody knows that would happen. The problem is that she hasn't said that she wants to do that. She doesn't want to do that. But you know what she will do? She'll straight the hell up steal your policy idea. She will straight steal it. And for instance, we mentioned this yesterday, but they are really pushing it. And then Biden got in on it. So first off, she had said yesterday during the audio came out that yes, I'm going to also do no taxes on tips, except the way she said it was like it was her own policy idea. Like it was her own idea. So this is audio soundbite, 7? This is is this one of the spokespeople? Because she had said no taxes on tips in an address. This is her spokesperson also saying it and taking credit for it. This was yesterday evening. Listen.
She certainly, again, has many parts of President Biden's agenda that she helped pass, that she supports, but she's also going to be putting forward her own agenda. And that's something you heard her talk about when she talked about no taxes on tips in Nevada earlier this week.
What? Her own agenda?
Her own agenda. And then Kane, when she talked about the no taxes on tips.
Oh, yeah. That's
her own plan that she came up with. But wait a minute. Was it her own plan? Or was it was it Biden's plan? I don't know. Audio soundbite 4. KJP was asked about this yesterday. Did she steal that? Did she steal it? This was the answer.
Yeah. Trump was the first to endorse eliminating taxes on tips. He's accusing Vice President Harris of stealing his idea. So did she get this idea from Trump?
Look, I'm not going to respond to a presidential candidate. I think their campaign could speak to that directly. What I can say is this president, this vice president have always had the backs of the working people, always. And you see that in the policies that they put forward. Everything that we have put forward, historic pieces of legislation that are obviously now laws, are helping middle-class workers, are helping people in different communities that are normally, again, left behind.
So I'm concerned or confused. So normally she has no no problem at all addressing every little thing that Trump does. She has no issue. But now suddenly, because it's disadvantageous for them, she has an issue with it. She doesn't want to address it. That's the problem. That's fascinating to me. But it's her thing, it's hers. By the way, it was hers, but it's also Biden's. Audio soundbite 3. It's Biden's idea also.
Thanks, Corinne. Over the weekend, the Vice President said she followed former President Donald Trump in saying she would support a proposal that would not tax tipped wages. If similar bill made its way to the President of the United States, President Biden, would he sign that? Because that's not something he's embraced before.
Oh, absolutely. Look, this is something that the president supports. He supports eliminating taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers while also raising minimum wage and preventing the wealthy from gaining the system.
Oh, the wealthy from gaining the system. I mean, he's president. He could just do it right now. He could do it right now, no taxes on tips. He could do it completely right now and steal the thunder from both Trump and Harris if he wanted to do it. But why doesn't he?